Well, let's see what time it is. What time is it? It's 11:56 a.m. Tuesday, June 6th. I'm over here in Sparks, Nevada, sitting in the park. What a better way. Look how gorgeous it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's GMO Tuesday. GMO Tuesday. We're here. Today, brought to you by Foothill Feed and Mercantile. 1330 Geiger grade, ladies and gentlemen. You got non-GMO pet feed needs. You don't want your horse getting ulcers. You don't want the cow getting an ulcer. You don't train that pig to hold an apple in his mouth. You want some non-GMO food. You also want organic food. Take your pick. Either one. She got them both. 1330 Geiger grade, Foothill Feed and Mercantile. That's in Reno, Nevada, ladies and gentlemen. 775-852-0999. Hey, we got some crazy stuff going on. The big news this week, yes, the big news is Mr. Trump saying goodbye to the Paris Accord. Me personally, I think we all know, and Thomas will argue with me on this. I know he will. There is no science. And I'm going to tell you what. This is why I say there is no science on this. It's poppycock science. It's poppycock science for the following reason. Neonetal.com is reporting intercepted emails from George Soros. George Soros is in the middle of it. George Soros gave Al Gore $10 million for 3 years to create the climate change rules. He told us 10 years ago, 11 years ago, we were going to have no beaches. They were going to be all booby gone. Bob, poppycock. What does he do? He buys a $9 million home 50 feet from the water without a solar panel, without a wind turbine, and he flies around the world in a big old 747. Hello, talk about a carbon footprint. Hey, Al Gore, how you doing? You meathead. He was on the Sunday talk show circuit trying to generate interest again. Elon Musk, he's all pissed off. We got a billionaire pissed off at another billionaire. Why? Because one billionaire is heavily invested and the other billionaire thinks it's a crock of poop. Elon Musk is heavily invested and stood to gain serious grant money on the renewable issues. Leonardo DiCaprio might be an Oscar winner, good-looking kid, great actor, but guess what? He's also flying around the world in a jet to tell you to reduce your carbon footprint. Why don't these people reduce theirs and then come talk smut to us? I'm gonna pull something up. Give me just a second here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal on this George Soros thing. Let me see if I can find it here. Google, safeguard. I got stuff for Preservation Thursdays. Oh boy, you guys are gonna love this stuff on Preservation Thursday. Yes, sirree. Bob, where did I put that? Neonite, there it is. And links will be in the descriptions, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about that. But I am going to read a paragraph here because we have geologists, physicists, all kinds of people coming out and saying poppycock. Except for people like mouthpieces for Monsanto, Neil deGrasse Tyson, who wants us to believe rubbing two flowers together is the same as taking DNA genetic material from here and putting it into this substance, making a third substance. Not the same thing, folks. Not the same thing. I want you to look at that picture right there, huh? Look at that guy. What would that be on the left? What a creepy looking dude, George Soros. And we all know that. That's the face of climate change. Face of climate change. Right there. Yes, it is. Let's see the paragraph that there has been a budget of $11 million for global warming grants in the U.S. program's budget for the last several years. The memo reads, this budget item captures George Soros' commitment of $10 million per year for 3 years to Al Gore's Alliance for Climate Protection. George Soros created it. He said, hey, we can create instability in a global economy. That's what George Soros does, ladies and gentlemen. He creates economic instability and crashes markets and companies, comes in, picks up the pieces. That's how he has all so much money. And let's not forget, when he was a child, he was pulling the gold out of people's teeth being executed. He was taking their jewelry, That's how he made his fortune. Let's not feel sorry for him because he was a Hungarian Jew given to the Nazis. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I mean, that's what happened to him. That was a tragic event in history, what the Nazis did. But you know what? He doesn't get a pass to do what he's done because he experienced that. Other people experience too, and they're not out trying to crash governments and have people killed and pay people to commit violence on other people. As far as I'm concerned, he's a criminal. He's committing treason in this country. He is an American citizen, and he should be arrested, jailed, and charged with treason. Hello, Jeff Sessions. Be a good attorney general and do something right with your Department of Justice. Thank you very large. I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to give you my 2 cents on global warming, climate change, whatever you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen. Years ago, they theorized that the Ice Age was caused, and of course they did this after they saw what happened in Pompeii. The volcano blows up, everything goes away, it gets cold for days. I wrote an article a couple years back about a forest fire that was up in the Yosemite mountain range, Sierra Nevadas, on the west side of Sierra Nevadas. We're on the east side over here, but of course, because of the way the globe rotates, the smoke comes this way, and guess what? I wrote an article about what the smoke did. The smoke came in for like 4, 5, 6 days. It came in and it got thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. We couldn't breathe. Our eyes were burning. And then, oh, by the way, when we looked up in the sky, I thought I was in a science fiction movie. There was this little itty bitty tiny red dot, our sun. However, what this smoke layer did, it hung out for a couple weeks, number one, but it triggered all my trees to start losing leaves. The temperatures dropped 10, 15 degrees on some days. When it was normally 80, 90 degrees, it's down 65, 70. Trees thought fall was here. They started losing their leaves. A bunch of my plants all went to seed. We were in the middle of July, folks. I still had 8 weeks to go on my garden. 10 weeks maybe, who knows? But if you go to the website, you'll put in there rimfire, and you'll pull the article up. But I wrote an article and included some stuff about Pompeii and whatnot. But the theory behind the Ice Age, ladies and gentlemen, volcanoes blew up, covered the earth in smoke. If that had a meteor hit the thing, covered the earth in ash. The principal basis was there was some kind of barrier between the sun's ultraviolet rays and the planet. The planet freezes up. When all that clears out of the way, we thaw out and some more evolution happens, and now dinosaurs are gone. This is gone. The woolly mammoth is gone. All that saber-toothed tigers, all that kind of crazy stuff, they all disappeared. Here's my theory. As long as we are having earthquakes, as long as we are having volcanoes erupt, as long as there are tornadoes and hurricanes and weather phenomena around the world, the planet is going to change. So will the climate. Hence, climate change in a natural, orderly process. Does 6 billion plus people on this planet have an effect? Of course we do. Let's not be naive here. Are we the cause of some catastrophic event going to happen? Well, I don't know. We might do the nuclear option, and if that happens, then of course we are. But let's put this in perspective. There's an issue in agriculture about factory farming. What happens when you put 50,000 cows in a field designed for 5? For example, I don't know if you've ever been by a slaughterhouse. If you've ever been by a feed yard, they get pretty rank. They can become pretty foul with the stench of waste from the animals. Greenhouse gas, they call it. Whatever you want to call it. Methane emissions. Of course, when you and this is why people who are not into the factory farms and whatnot, folks, they want to go back and, look, my opinion about farming. Farming was never meant to have 150,000 acres in the middle of Kansas supplying all the wheat for the frickin' world. Farming is a local event. Know your farmer, know your food. Just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what you're putting on the table for little Susie and Johnny, know your farmer. Because if he's a legitimate farmer and not a GMO gook, and that isn't a reference to Oriental people. Gook, kook, kook. My T-slip, sorry if I offended somebody, but that was not a reference there. GMO people are crazy. They're goofy in the head. Anybody that's going to put poison in the food and tell you it's okay to eat is a kook. They're crazy in the head. Now, farming on an industrial scale to me is insane because you don't know what they're doing. They got to produce massive amounts of, they got to do everything 150,000 times what they should be doing. Go out in the morning, feed the chickens. Go out in the afternoon, feed the chickens. Go whatever. Let the chickens run around and eat the bugs. That's a natural order. Natural order. That said, climate around the world is always going to change and evolve. The planet is evolving, ladies and gentlemen. Just like you can't put 30 kids in a classroom in September after they've been running around all by themselves all summer long without one of them coming home with the sniffles and a cold, you can't put 150 cows in a building without one of them doing something. Hence, that's why we have all the BHT and the GHBs and the do-da-da-da-da crap. Antibiotics in our food. Don't need them. Don't need them. They're no good. GM Watch is reporting, ladies and gentlemen. Get a load of this, man. And what I just told you about our planet, here we go. Let me back up just a minute here. In regards to climate change, anybody that paid attention, now I don't know what they've taught this last generation of people, anybody that had paid attention in earth science in high school, geology in high school, grade school, junior high, you would understand that the planet is still evolving. There's a whole bunch of magma and stuff underneath there, hot molten stuff coming up all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. That's not our fault. That's what the planet does, ladies and gentlemen. The earthquake, the big old crack that California's getting ready to have, so the idiots in LA fall into the ocean and go swimming for the rest of their life. I wish it would hurry up. I can't deal with that madness down there. That's a bunch of idiots. Hollywood weirdos is what they are. The earth is evolving, ladies and gentlemen. Get a geology book out. It'll tell you. Get an earth science book out. It'll explain it to you. Quit being naive and listening to everything from people like Al Gore and Bill Nye, the freak out science guy that doesn't know the difference between boys and girls anymore. I don't know where he lost his ability to differentiate between boys and girls, but that Rachel Bloom and him, boy, they got it going on, don't they? Ooh, what a bunch of weirdos they are. But Bill Nye, the science guy, Al Gore, the face of climate change, and Bill Nye, the face of March for Science. You guys are following that? Seriously? Boy, you might want to take some inventory, ladies and gentlemen. Take some inventory. Hey. MDG blogger. MDG blogger. Hey, look at that little guy right there, man. Can you see him? Oh, he go over there eating. Hey, come on over here and talk to us. We're podcasting in the park over at Sparks, right by the library, having a good time here today. Gorgeous out here, man. It's gorgeous. Okay. Let's see if we can get some stuff on. We got Monsanto. Oh yeah, did I say MDG blogger? MDG blogger. Good stuff on that girl's website, and she's kind of cute, man. She's got a little thing out there on the on her porch. Hey, we might want to go back there and barbecue with that girl. Get her to barbecue for us. Maybe bring some peppermint lemonade or something. I don't know, man. But she got great stuff. And check it out, fellas. She got stuff on there for you. Not just the girly stuff. She got stuff on there for you, too. But really good stuff on her website. MDG Blogger. You can find her on Twitter at MDG Blogger. Can't beat that, can you? So, let's get rid of Soros here. GMO Watch is reporting. I think Heineken and some other idiot beer company, they want to patent barley. They want to patent beer. Cut it out. Cut it out. I can't make no beef barley soup no more because they want to make beer. Not that beer is bad, I mean, but something to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on that. The Alternet is reporting that Congressman Ted Lieu has called for an investigation, an official congressional investigation into the collusion between Monsanto and the EPA. That is the new news right now. And I'm going to tell you something. I made a comment the other day and somebody asked me to explain that. So here we go. I'm going to explain it. And Thomas, I know you gave me the stuff on CRISPR, and I'm going to save CRISPR for either the weekend wrap or next week's podcast. And talk a little more about that. There is some issues on that, and I'll probably have a couple exchanges with Thomas. He knows about this stuff, and it's like I said, we started out, we kind of did that at first, but the guy is sharp. And I'll listen to him. I may not agree with Thomas. A lot of stuff I don't, but that doesn't mean he's stupid. Doesn't mean he doesn't have something to say. Doesn't mean he doesn't. And that's what America's about. America's not about shutting people up you don't want to hear. I may not agree with Thomas, but if the guy has something that I can use to help me, that's America, baby. That's free speech. That's a free exchange of ideas, and that's what we're about. Not all this crazy stuff we keep hearing on the news. You guys got to stop that out there, man. That's insane. That's flat out insane. Let me see here. What am I looking for now? Oh, yes, the latest Monsanto Tribunal update on the website, AllidayLLC.com. Get over there and check it out, AllidayLLC.com, ladies and gentlemen. Some really good stuff on there. They are taking Monsanto in front of the United Nations, the European Union. And I'm telling you right now, Monsanto's house of cards is falling apart. I mean, just coming apart at the seams because people are starting to abandon things and say, hey, maybe we better start telling the truth. I don't know. I do not know on that, but they are reporting Monsanto caught warning. They were caught warning. In one of the emails that came out, they were caught warning the EPA. Let me see if I can find the statement, ladies and gentlemen. This was crazy. And one of the questions asked in this article, again, link will be in the description. In order to have this level of familiarity with so many important officials at the EPA using other forms of communication, my question has always been this, and I will say this. The only reason Debbie, I sold my constituents out Stabino and stabbed them in the back. The only reason she got $15,000 from Monsanto is because she could steer legislation favoring them. That is graft. Look up the definition of graft. I'll put it in the description. Graft. Monsanto and Ted Lieu asked a question, and I appreciate this question. Should chemical companies have a relationship like this with tax-funded federal employees? No. Let me tell you something. If I need something changed, I go talk to a community and we start a grassroots petition and we petition people. With Monsanto wants something changed, they buy a politician to write legislation. And that's what they've done. They've infiltrated the education system. We have a whole entire generation of scientists hitting the things now. A bunch of 20-somethings with eyes this big around. They're going to save the world and feed the hungry people. Boy, have they been disillusioned. Boy, have they been hoodwinked bad. Bingo. Holy Toledo. Unbelievable what I hear. And I can tell they've been educated in Monsanto science and not real science because I can tell by what they're saying. And they say it with convictions and belief. Monsanto, Cornell University is under scrutiny right now. I don't remember all the colleges, but I know Cornell is a big one right now, but there's a couple others. Purdue is one of them, but I know for a fact that I interviewed somebody many years ago. It was in the academia world. Very bright individual. 2 years later, the interview resurfaced in another social media somewhere. I had a phone call to me from said person begging me to get it pulled down because she was getting grief from the academic institution. The academic institutions' programs were funded by Monsanto. They fund things. They write their own science. National Academy of Sciences, ladies and gentlemen, created by Monsanto. Their function, assess test results. Whose test results did they assess? Monsanto's. Not independent company, Monsanto's. There's all kinds of stuff coming out, ladies and gentlemen. All kinds of stuff. Every day, there is something new. Every single day, something new on this GMO front that Monsanto has colluded with the EPA, just rolling. I am hoping. And let me take this opportunity right now. Recently, this past week, whether it's true or not, I don't give a damn. But they have Mrs. Trump's face on an article, no GMO food in the White House. This is like the third or fourth administration now. No GMO food for the Trumps in the White House because of her son's, she's concerned about her son's health. I have started including Mrs. Trump on my daily tweets. So it goes to POTUS, FLOTUS, EPA, FDA, USDA, all 5 of those agencies, ladies and gentlemen. Please get the poison out of our food. Take a picture of a pretty flower, post it on Twitter, and send it to those 5 places and ask them a question. Please get the poison out of our food. I do it every single day. You want me to connect you with this? Touch base with me on Twitter. I don't care. If you connect with me, if you follow me, I definitely include it. I give you a thank you tweet, and we go talk to them. If I see something that I like, you say, I'll click it, and we'll talk to them that way too. Please get the poison out of our food. Glyphosate levels are reaching such astronomical proportions in our food. It is disgusting, and it's not supposed to be there, ladies and gentlemen. Not supposed to be there. Now, on my journey around, I've seen some issues in parks and stuff where they use glyphosate. We'll get to those in next week's edition. We're going to start looking more and more at some of the new test results that are coming out on glyphosate, ladies and gentlemen. Ecocide is what the Monsanto Tribunal has requested Monsanto be charged with. They're destroying the planet. Companies everywhere are bailing out. South Africa won't do the new GMO corn. They will not do it. You have many countries, and that's kind of saying something about people who run around eating lizards, because that's all they have to eat, lizards and snakes out there in the desert or whatever, that they're saying no to this corn because it doesn't make sense to them, number one, and they're seeing what it's doing all around the world. Just something to think about. A country starving to death is saying no to GMO stuff. Come on, wake up. Holy Toledo. Hey, let me see. Can you see it? Stop GMO Monsanto? Yeah, stop them. Stop them. Croatia saying no. That's in Croatia. Saying no. The European Union's backing up, saying no. India saying no to the cotton and the corn and the soy. All these places are saying no. And India's fighting right now on the mustard. I'm telling you what, I like mustard. You better not be doing that. I'll go, man, oh man, oh man, I'll be mad, Monsanto. Don't you mess with my mustard. Put fucking fake mustard on a hot dog. What's wrong with you? Yes, that's right. Every now and then I go to the ballpark and I eat some ground up meat products squeezed into a tube on a warm bun with a warm beer, and I squirt warm mustard on it. It's delicious because it's the all-American thing. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet, baby. It's all American. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, support your local seed banks. Mary's Heirloom Seeds down there in San Ramon, ladies and gentlemen. She got some good stuff. Yes, she does. Baker Seed Company, the Petaluma Seed Company, all great seed banks. All great seed banks. Heirloom Seeds, organics, products, they got them. They got them going on. No GMO. That's what it's all about. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up. I dig them. They're cool. I can't lie about them. Kind of makes you feel groovy, and you know, all that kind of good stuff. If you can help donate, website link is in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Go take a gander on the website. Always got new products, always putting new stuff on the products page. I still only have this to work with, so I'm not able to do a lot on the website yet. We're still doing some stuff, moving and shaking, as they say, trying to get things organized, but it's going to be a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you have a subject, put it in the description. Got a comment, put it in the description. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe. If you can donate, hit the website. Let's all have a great day. It's gorgeous out here. Let's all be safe, huh?